Hello all. My name is AJ Fox. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm the Director of Religious Education here at First UU. And we are here in virtual service today. Many of us celebrated some version of a winter holiday focused on light and survival in the last few weeks. All the different versions of winter holidays. But we are still actively surviving something in a way that doesn't feel quite festive. Sometimes these winter holidays, Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and Yule and Diwali and Festivus and New Year, all feel quite distinct and individual. But sometimes they also feel like iterations of the same human needs, which is to mark the passing of the harder months. But this year, as it was last year, we are navigating something much more uncertain than a calendar. We are navigating a global pandemic that sometimes feels like it pits human needs against human needs, the need for physical safety against the need for human contact. And it takes deep digging into our values to remember that this does not need to be a struggle between these two things as much as a balance. The lay leadership of this church called off in-person Sunday service today as a hybrid experience and put us back into this virtual space. That decision was made based on local COVID numbers, guidance from the UUA, and the recommendation of trained medical professionals. A few years ago, the lay leaders of this church were tasked with what I thought at the time was the very hard decision of when to call off church because of snow and ice. As a staff member watching those decisions unfold, but not making those decisions, I knew that this was one of the hardest calls we asked lay leadership in this church to make. That is because there's uncertain days. There's the days where the parking lot likes to slick up way faster than the roads on Battlefield. There's the days where our buildings really curvy sidewalks just need a lot of salt, but yet it's kind of nice out. You could drive down Battlefield, they've plowed, right? Any day we canceled service meant that there were people in our congregation who missed out on their only human contact that week. Their only human contact. And there are days that it meant that people missed their social center, even people who were working full time. This was their day of recharge and social contact. And canceling church in that way had an emotional cost on the congregation, we thought, back in the days of snow days. And we had to balance. We asked lay leaders to balance between the physical cost, the risk, and the emotional cost of closing the church doors. Now we're asking our lay leadership to make those same decisions weekly with more dire and regular consequences. We do have better tools now. We have a virtual platform set up that many, but not all, of our congregants can access. As staff members are starting to get old hat at this back and forth fluctuation between worlds. But there's also always going to be tension in these decisions in a community. We're asking our leaders to make decisions that are in tension. We are asking people to make binary decisions about stepping into virtual space or staying in hybrid space. And it's normal and, well, this isn't normal. It's predictable that this is uncomfortable. Sometimes with discomfort, the most comforting response for me, and I think other people, is actionable items, right? We like walking away knowing what we could do different that might alleviate some of the tension in the world. And I would offer these two. If you are not on the team of people having to have these long email conversations about when and how to cancel, I suggest writing a thank you card or dropping a thank you text or thank you email to those people in our congregation who are doing this super hard work this week. I am not one of those people that is doing this hard work, but I am watching them and they're making decisions for our entire community and doing the very best job they can with it. And the other thing is that if you think of a member of this congregation this week who is either better served by in-person services or a person who's likely getting a huge chunk of their social experience through this space in person, or somebody entirely on Zoom, reach out to them. Ask for a front porch conversation, catch up on the phone for 45 minutes, do the in-person social work that we're missing when we have to be only in this virtual space and we don't have the in-person components to the same degree. If you don't know who those people are, or if you don't know how to work the Breeze directory, because I know that's also a problem sometimes, hit me up or reach out to Michelle and we can find somebody to have those conversations with you, or we can give you somebody's phone number if you don't know how to get to your Breeze directory. We're gonna keep on getting through. These are the dusky days of winter, even though that might be metaphor and we might mean like the dusky years of winter. We're doing it. And the community is part of the thing that gives us this light during this time. May peace be with all of you this week.